Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we are diving into a really fascinating piece of financial storytelling. It's the kind of thing that completely shatters how most of us were taught to think about money and, well, success in general. We're going to unpack a real-life narrative that sets up this stark, almost uncomfortable contrast between two fathers. Now, these two men lived in the exact same city during the exact same era, but they experienced completely different financial lives. One ended his life struggling to pay basic bills, while the other passed away a millionaire. We're going to break down exactly how that happened, and more importantly, how you can actually apply this core financial lesson to your own life today.
So it's the ultimate question, right? Two fathers, two paths. Why did only one become rich? Now, your first guess, and yeah, mine too, might be that the wealthy one must have had a way better education, a higher paying job, or, maybe just inherited a massive pile of money. But as we'll see in the source material, absolutely none of that is true. By the end of this explainer, you're going to discover the one crucial, foundational thing that wealthy people do differently. And honestly, the best part, it has absolutely nothing to do with how much money they earn on payday.
Section 1. The Tale of Two Fathers: Education versus Ownership. To really get this concept, let's look at the story of our narrator, a guy named Kumar. So, Kumar grew up with two major father figures in his life, his real father and the father of his best friend, Sylvan. Now, Kumar's biological dad was a man of immense respect. He was a postgraduate, secured a really safe government job, and basically did everything society tells us is the right way to build a life. Yet, despite working tirelessly for 3 decades, he was just constantly tight on money, always trying to pay the bills, saving practically nothing. Now contrast that with his best friend Sylvan's dad. This guy never finished school, 0 formal degrees, definitely no prestigious desk job. Instead, he just ran a small hardware shop down the street. But here's the kicker. While Kumar's highly educated dad was stressing over basic bills, Sylvan's uneducated dad just kept growing his wealth. By the time the boys finished college, the guy owned multiple shops. You see, it wasn't about intelligence, and it definitely wasn't about work ethic. It was all about their core philosophies regarding money. Kumar's dad operated under this belief system built entirely on fear and security. He'd tell his son, look, money is risky. Get a safe job, save your salary, and do not take chances. On the flip side, Sylvan's dad had a totally different paradigm. He told the boys, don't just work for money, make money work for you. I mean, wow, these are two completely opposite sets of rules for the next generation, right? One focuses entirely on defensive saving, the other is all about active growth.
Moving into Section 2, the illusion of safety, choosing the safe path.
So, eventually, Kumar grows up, finishes college, and boom, he finds himself at a crossroads. He has to make a choice. And influenced by a literal lifetime of his dad's advice, Kumar predictably chooses what he thinks is the safe path. He takes a stable office job. But let's look at how that safe path actually plays out in reality. In year 1, Kumar gets a modest salary hike. Okay, it feels like progress, right? But by year 3, everyday life catches up. Rent goes up, groceries go up, and that modest little hike is just completely eaten away. By year 5, despite working incredibly hard and doing everything by the book, his savings are just flat, 0 actual growth. He was spinning his wheels, entirely stuck in the exact same financial trap his father had been in for 30 years. Which brings us to Section 3, a change in perspective, the turning point. Frustrated and just totally exhausted after 5 years of financial stagnation, Kumar decides to go get some advice. One evening, he sits down with Sylvan's dad, the hardware shop owner who grew his wealth without any formal education. Kumar finally just blurts out the burning question, how did you grow so much when you didn't even have a degree? The shopkeeper just smiles and gives an answer that is honestly the absolute core takeaway of this entire explainer. He said, I never asked how much I earn. I asked, what do I own that earns for me while I sleep? Let that sink in. It's a profound paradigm shift from earning to owning. Look, most of us are conditioned from day one to focus entirely on our salary, basically tying our whole financial identity to a monthly paycheck. But true wealth, it doesn't come from trading your time for a wage. It comes from acquiring things that generate income entirely independently of your daily labor.
All right, Section 4, assets versus liabilities, the rules of the game.
Okay, let's really dive into this, because this is where Sylvan's dad broke down his beautifully simple financial framework for Kumar, explaining the exact mechanics of how money actually flows. It all starts with understanding what an asset truly is. An asset is simply something that puts money in your pocket. It feeds you. That's it. It doesn't have to be some massive multi-million-dollar corporation. It can be a small shop, maybe a rented out spare room, or just a steady, modest investment.
An asset is an active entity working on your behalf, generating cash flow whether you're awake, asleep, on vacation, or sick in bed.
Now, while assets put money in your pocket, liabilities do the exact opposite. They take money out. Think about a brand new fancy phone on an EMI plan, or a loan for a bike you didn't really need. These things constantly drain your monthly cash flow. The trap that the source material really highlights here is that most people work incredibly hard to earn a high salary, and then they immediately go out and buy liabilities. And the crazy part? They mistakenly call it success because they look rich to their neighbors. But in reality, they're just digging a much deeper financial hole for themselves.
Section 5. The power of starting small, letting time do the work. Once Kumar actually understood this framework, he realized he needed to change his behavior immediately. But he didn't panic. Actually, scratch that. It's more like he was very deliberate. He didn't quit his stable job, he didn't take out massive high-interest loans, and he definitely didn't make wild, risky bets in the market. He took the advice to heart and decided to just start right where he was. He started with just 2,000 rupees a month. That's it. I love this because it completely removes the intimidation factor. You don't need a fortune to begin. Kumar simply directed a small, manageable 2,000 rupees every single month into building a small, boring side business and a modest investment. It wasn't glamorous at all. It was slow, but he was finally acquiring assets instead of liabilities.
And over time, the magic of consistency really kicks in. In year 1, Kumar's salary from his desk job was high, and the income from his small side asset was tiny, like almost invisible. But by year 3, that side income was noticeably growing. And by year 5, the magic happens. The side income generated by his assets actually surpasses the salary he earns from his demanding day job. He wasn't working more hours at the office, he wasn't inherently smarter than his father. He just simply changed one core belief about money, bought small assets, and let time do the heavy lifting.
Bringing this narrative back to the present day, Kumar reflects on his journey. Now he still holds deep, deep respect for his biological father, who worked tirelessly and provided absolutely everything he could with the knowledge he had. But Kumar realized he had to break the cycle by changing the question. It is about what you own, not what you earn. Today, Kumar teaches his own son this exact philosophy. Instead of asking, "What can I earn when I grow up?" he teaches his son to ask, "What can I own?" And that shift, it completely changes the trajectory of a person's life.
So, to recap everything we've unpacked from this source material, here is the roadmap. It's 3 simple, powerful steps. Number 1, buy assets, not liabilities. Focus on things that put money into your pocket, not things that drain it just so you can look successful. Number 2, start small, start now. You do not need to wait until you have a huge lump sum of cash. Even 500 rupees a month is enough to begin building that financial muscle. And number 3, let time do the work. Consistency is the secret ingredient that turns small investments into a totally life-changing income stream.
Which leaves us with one final, very practical question for you to consider as we wrap up this explainer. If the secret to wealth is shifting from earning to owning, and you know you need to start right now, where do you put your first 500 rupees? What asset can you start acquiring today that will earn for you while you sleep tomorrow? Think about it. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.